Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
That's my little angel Rose. Together with millions of other children, my daughter Rose is assured of learning something new every day. Moses, my husband, just like many other commercial farmers, has his business supported so he can provide for us. When my other little one was on the way, even with my pregnancy complications, it was a quick, smooth ride to Mulago Specialized Women and Neonatal Hospital. Also, my new baby was able to make it through his first days with the help of specialized equipment thanks to the reliable electricity which has also been extended throughout the country. All this and more has been made possible because of you.
Join us and together let's do more for our country. Get your free tin at www.ura.go.ug.
Thank you for paying your taxes.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
In chess, the small one can become the big one. It's the same here. And here too. Watch every move. Record every number so you can plan better. No matter the size of your dream, tomorrow's success belongs to those who keep today's records clean. File your returns today.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
The Taxpayers Appreciation Season is here! We recognize, celebrate and award Uganda's top taxpayers. Be part of the online Bombaya Business Summits and stand a chance to win smartphones, gift sets, hampers and loads more. Visit our social media pages to find out more.
We appreciate you for paying your taxes. We're proud to be Ugandan. We celebrate you. Oh, we celebrate you. Taxpayers of Uganda. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Uganda together.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
The third edition of the Bombay Business Summit is here, starting at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. every Friday from the 15th of October to the 12th of November. Join us via Zoom, Facebook, and YouTube as we discuss topics like surviving and thriving through the pandemic, investing in real estate, trade and investment opportunities in Uganda, alternative dispute resolution, business formalization, and inclusive resource mobilization for Uganda's economic independence. Don't miss out.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
Wait, Abu, tunamaliriza. And what are you doing throwing papers all over the place?
I'm looking for an invoice for a sound system and cables that I received yesterday, but I can't find it.
You know there is a way of keeping all this in one place and available to you as and when you need it.
I really wish there was one, because the way these invoices grow legs and disappear.
I believe this is what you're looking for.
Now how did it get there?
Tabo! Do you know that with EFRIS, you can stay on track of all your business transactions and improve on your record keeping?
How so?
Kati tuli ku computer with EFRIS. I just search using the fiscal document number and I retrieve the records I'm looking for. Bookkeeping becomes simple after that.
Kapo, awesome, yeah.
I began using URS Kakasa Solutions and now I'm in charge of my business. And you can as well.
Kakasa, be sure you are in charge of your business.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
Couple, you see?
In chess, the small one can become the big one. It's the same here. And here too. Watch every move. Record every number so you can plan better. No matter the size of your dream, tomorrow's success belongs to those who keep today's records clean. File your returns today. Uganda Revenue Authority. Developing Uganda together.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us this morning. My name is Alfred Okoya. I'm the Supervisor Legal and Bonds. And today, would like to thank all our taxpayers for the diligent support towards the economic liberation of this country. And we surely encourage you to file your returns by the 15th. Today is already 9th. That means the time is running out. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Zoom. So we encourage you and those that are yet to join us on this call to do so. Well, this morning we are having our 101st Customs webinar. And it's an exciting one. Our discussion today is the auction process of uncleared goods. Customs occasionally puts goods up for auction. And today we have with me the supervisor warehousing and the in-charge customs warehouse who are going to break down the concept of auction for us. So I encourage you to pay keen attention. And in case you have any comments, any questions, please do not hesitate to place them in our chat room, or you can note them down. We shall eventually open up for the Q&A. So at this point, I'd like to request the panelists to introduce themselves before we go into this exciting topic today. So to my left.
Good morning, viewers. Nyakauma Alexander, Supervisor Customs, Field Service, Warehousing Unit. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nyakahuma. My extreme left.
Ayat Mugumia, in charge Customs Warehouse, Field Services, Customs Department. We welcome your viewers and those listening to us, both on Zoom, Facebook, and YouTube. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Mugumia. All right, we shall go straight into the subject of the day. Mr. Nyakoma Alexander, what do you understand in the simplest of terms? What is an auction? Our viewers would love to understand, can you break it down for us? What is it?
An auction is where goods are put on sale, and everyone is free to bid, to buy, as long as the bid price is above the reserve price in case of URA.
Okay, thank you very much. So basically it's a mode of disposal, it's a mode of sale. Yes. Okay, I know that it can be public or by private treaty. Mr. Mugumia, what are some of the things that one needs to participate in this process? Do I need a tin, for example?
Thank you, Alfred. Maybe to add on what my panelists has said, as URA, we have the South African Customs Management Act, And according to section 42.1, as you are doing our work, there are those goods that do not clear taxes. So we always put them on public auction. But we first give them a notice. The commissioner may usually put a notice in the Gazette, in papers, that runs for 30 days, calling upon these taxpayers to come and clear their goods within 30 days. And of which, if they are not cleared and are lawful, then we put them to public auction. But the commission also may also determine the way of disposal. But in this term, in this case, we are looking at public auction and private treaty. So for the client to come and participate, it is true, you need 18. 18 is a requirement. Because to access our website, you have to log on with your details through 18.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wow. So what other categories of goods do we actually put up for auction? Maybe if you can go a little deeper in that area, because there are people who import their goods. What other categories are there? Are they just those who have not paid taxes?
Alfred, thank you. Categories are, we have these goods which are abandoned in custom control. Somebody brings in 2 containers, he clears 1 or 2, some packages are left out. Also, that some goods which are smuggled. We have our team in intelligence, in enforcement. So some goods are being smuggled in the country. So when the good is being smuggled, they are deposited under customs warehouse. But we also still have court cases. Some are on. And sometimes we put them to auction according to court proceedings. We also those have goods whose warehousing period have expired into customs controls. As warehousing, we give taxpayers a period of 270 days for warehousing. So when the period has expired, they come into customs warehouse on a want of entry now for 30 days. But within those 30 days, we still they are put auction not that we are doing business. No, URA doesn't do business, but we want to recover our taxes.
That not have goods in a bonded warehouse forever. And then 2, on top of the 270 days, we again add 30 more days when the goods are already in the customs warehouse. Great. So take us through, Mr. Nyakahuma, slowly. How does the process begin? How do I find out that these goods are now up for auction? Where should I look? And then how do I participate? What are the first steps I take? Do I get access to see the goods? Is it still an open venue where people come sit and say, I offer 10 million for that, I offer 5 million? How do we go about it?
Okay, thank you, moderator. First of all, I would like to clarify on the issue of warehousing, the period. The first period is supposed to be 180 days.
Okay.
Yes, so that at 180 days, if you have not paid taxes for the goods, you are encouraged to request for an extra 3 months. That's how they become 270. We are encouraging our viewers, our importers, who bring goods in these customs bonded warehouses, to follow up and to request for payment of tax after 180 days or after 270 days. Some of them, after putting the goods in the bonded warehouses, forget and keep quiet until the period has expired. And even some of them go up not requesting to redeem the goods. So we encourage them to redeem their goods. They are the first to be given priority on these goods. On the issue of the auction, the auction is online. You can access it on single window .ura.go.ug. And to access it, viewing is free. You can view the items free of charge. But if you want to participate in the buying and bidding of the items, you must have a TIN number and a password. So we encourage all our clients who want to participate to have a TIN number and get the password. If you have forgotten your password, you better request for a new password. After that, you log in into the system, and the system will give you an assessment to go and pay in the bank of $10 in equivalent Uganda shillings. After payment, the system will reconcile, and when you come and log in, it will allow you to bid for any item you want. And the bidding process will begin on 16th up to 21st of November. And in that process, you can bid with 100,000 and another person puts in 200,000. You are encouraged to top up on your price. You can give 300. Okay, you can bid for 300,000. So don't give up if you are interested in the item.
Okay, maybe before we go into the amounts, when you open and you have logged into the account, do you create a special account for yourself for bidding purposes only, or this is tied to your TIN?
Yeah, it is tied to your TIN, because if you have not paid using your TIN, it will not be yours. So it is your TIN and it is your password.
Okay. Maybe, Mr. Mugumya, is there anything you want to add on that specific aspect only?
Thank you, Alfred.
Yes.
When you visit our website, you can view the items on the website, but you cannot bid because viewing is free. So you can be able to view whatever items are on the website. But when you want to bid, you have to log in. There is a login. Put in a login. You put in your TIN and a password. Then you create an account for that, for purpose of auctioning. So now the system recognizes that at least now you have what? You are an interested bidder. Since you have paid the $10, so the items you can be able to make a bid.
So you first sign up.
You
sign up using your TIN, create an account under single windows. Then you access that platform for viewing and now bidding. Participating in the bidding process.
Yes.
Okay, great. I think we are now getting to understand this auction process much better. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any comments, if you have any questions, please note them down or share with us on the chat room. It's open. We shall take notes and make sure we attend to them. These two gentlemen will ably address them. So let's go back to, we have now reached that point where someone has paid the $10. The $10 is the participation fee, I suppose.
Yeah, actually, Alfred, now someone may ask that how do you make a payment, or how do you know that?
Exactly. How do you raise that assessment? Where do you pay? What options are there?
Now, Alfred, our system has been designed that when you sign in, when you sign up, the system will notify you with assessment of $10. So it's already configured. The moment you sign in, it will respond with a payment slip for $10. In any bank, you want to make a payment, or any platform. You can also use mobile money to make that payment.
So the $10 is in the equivalent of Uganda shillings. Okay. So you pay in any bank, mobile money is open, payway, all that. Great. So once the payment is done, tell us, what is the next step? Because we want to go chronologically, you know, so that we go with everyone on board. We have now viewed the goods, we've signed up, we've made the assessment of the $10 for participation, we've paid. Is it automatically reflected in the system? How does it work?
Yeah, thank you, Fred. Now, after you have made a payment, the system will reconciles. When you come back to log in the second time, it will allow you when the payment has been received on e-tax, because it is interlinked with the banks and our system. So it reconciles and you're able to log in. When you log in, this auction has terms and conditions. It will also flag you with these terms and conditions, of which you must agree to. When we agree to the terms, then you are able to make your bid. You can bid on more items as you want. So it is open.
Oh, exciting. You're introducing something else that I think our guests, our viewers on call would love to understand. What are some of these terms and conditions that you're referring to? Are they written out clearly for people to understand? Maybe you can break them down.
Yeah, perfect. They are written
yes,
for people to understand. The basic concept would be that we are selling these items as is basis. Because pictures are there, you can view them, you can even go on site and view these items. So we are selling as is.
Okay.
And the other would be that the $10 you have paid is non-refundable. That after winning a bid, you have 48 hours to make a payment. Come to that when you're notified.
Okay.
These are the terms and conditions.
Those are some of the quick terms that you can point out. I think they're very important because conflict of interest. We do not want Alex here to be presiding over a process that he is a part of, that he is interested in. Yeah, so condition. Yes, you have something else
to add on that. We have had people asking us, can you try to play around with the system? Please be informed that you cannot play around with the system. Don't call asking such questions. It is a public auction. Bid publicly and don't request or ask for an underhand that can the system be played around. No, the system cannot be played around. It is a good system which does not allow such things.
Oh, okay. And I think that is a good assurance to our viewers that the bidding system is configured. Maybe you'll guide us. It's configured and it's not prone to manipulation. So as you bid, it's intelligent enough to pick up your price and compare it against other prices. And perhaps, do we go with the highest bidder in this case? Is that the principle?
Yes. And actually, the most important thing here, that even if you bid, you are able to see on that lot you have bidded, the people who have bidded on that.
Oh.
So it is so interesting.
So you're able to see what prices they've put.
You put. So that the system allows you to come and you amend or update your bid.
Okay, so when you're bidding on a lot, all the bidders for that particular item are put out there.
Yes. Yeah, the system displays the first five.
Oh, the first five.
Yeah,
okay. So you have the option of going back into the system and amending your offer.
And the system will even alert you on your phone or on your email that now you have lost the bid because someone has put a higher price.
Wow.
Yes.
Great. I suppose so many of us are learning something that perhaps we hadn't really, paid much attention to. So I think this is a very interesting area. And let's continue then and see. Okay, fine. I have bidded now. Then what? What happens at that point? I have emerged the winner with the highest bid. Remember, it's online. Does it apply to goods that are at any location, any customs controlled area like Mombasa? Do we also bid for goods that are there? Maybe Malaba, Busia. How can you guide us on that? Guide the viewers.
Our viewers, this is online auction. So we sell online, but goods are in different locations. We can sell items in Mombasa, or Busia, or Maraba. But you will see you can view the pictures, but on that lot details, they are location of the goods. You say, location, these goods can be viewed at this bond, or in Mombasa, or in Busia. So you can buy the item online, or you go and you view it online, but the location is in Busia or Maraba. So everywhere we can sell items.
To add on that, we encourage everyone. Either you are in Arua, you are in Kisoro, this system, you can log in it and participate in the auction. We even encourage the people in those locations where some of these goods are up country, like Malawa, Bondwe, to participate because you can. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, distinguished panelists. Maybe something that you could throw more light on. Once someone has successfully bidded and emerged the winner, at what point does he know that he is now, how long does it take? How long does the bidding take? How long is that window where you say we are still bidding? I am giving the highest, the lowest. Do you give a specific timeline? And then two, can I immediately go and pay? Do I assess myself and go and pay the amount that I have offered? Maybe you could guide. How does someone then now go and complete the payment?
Okay.
Maybe we'll start with you, Alex.
Yeah, the bidding for this auction is going to be 6 days. So in those days, you'll be bidding. On the 6th day at midnight, the highest bidder for each lot would be communicated to. And thereafter, you are free to go and pay within 48 hours. Yes.
So there's no initial payment. I remember with the manual process, you had to pay 25%. The moment you are declared the winner, then you're given a little more time to pay the balance. Is that framework still in?
That framework, for this auction, it is not there. We correct 100% as long as you are the winner in the next 2 days or 48 hours. Now, as my colleague has stated that this bidding will take place for 6 days. Now on 21st midnight, that is now the fall of the hammer. After the fall of the hammer, the winners will be notified by the system. Dear Alfred, you are a winner on lot number this with amount with a bid price of 2 million. To notify you with a payment slip. Then you print that payment slip, you got to make a payment. But it should be within 48 hours. So the system will notify you, most on email and on your phone. You get a communication that you are the highest winner on this bid. Then you can go and make a payment. So those initial payments are not there. We correct 100% on a PRN.
Also, it's a self-assessment.
Self-assessment.
Okay. So this bid, like we said, is going to run from 16th to 21st.
Yes. That is bidding.
That is now the bidding. But is the window open currently for people to start viewing? When does it open?
The window will be open today by lunchtime. So we shall be ready to start loading. So people can get ready to start viewing up to 15th of November.
Wow, great. Another area maybe that we can probably look at is this amount that when I go into the system, do I see the reserve price so that I know what to start from? Because if your reserve price, let's say, is 100 million, and I am very ambitious, I'm looking at 5 million, how do I know that I am out of order? So that I should maybe have a better planning in order to participate. Maybe you could advise on that.
Yeah, the reserve price is public. It is there is a column on the viewing. As you are viewing the items, there is a column for the reserve price. It is not secret. It is for everyone to see it and participate fully.
Yeah, I think this is a very important aspect of transparency. I recall several years ago, reserve prices were surely reserved. And people thought if you found out about it, then you would take advantage of the process. But I think this is very important that people know the reserve prices and plan accordingly. I think the other aspect that we're going to look at is the amount that they are paying. Does it include the tax already? Is there a separate maybe tax or other levies that someone should expect after paying this price? Maybe Ayati, you can help us.
Our moderator, thank you so much for that question. Now, maybe I want to take you slightly back. That when you go on our website, our viewers, there is lot detail. So that lot detail, it entails one, the quantities of that lot, like the details of that lot. If it is lot number 2, you know what are the contents in that lot. So you will be able to see the quantities. You're able to see the pictures of those items and location of that place, or the location of those goods. Then lastly, the reserve price. And our system has been designed that you cannot bid below that reserve price. If I'm selling my pen at 2,000, you cannot give me 1,000. So the system has been configured that you should bid above reserve price. Then on the issue of taxes,
maybe to add on the issue of the reserve price.
Yes.
We have had people who have been hiking giving an abnormal price on an item. We are begging them, we are asking them to stop doing that, because they configured it in a way that if you give an abnormal price, it will not allow you. Because there were people giving $1 billion on an item, which is worth $1 million. So please, viewers and participants in the auction, stop doing that.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. It almost frustrates the process then.
Yes.
Okay, I think our system is now intelligent enough to detect those outliers and pull them out. Maybe you are concluding on a point?
I was concluding on a point of taxes, that this item we are selling on auction, after winning, for general, we don't pay taxes, because we are recovering our taxes, and maybe other administrative expenses you have incurred on these, like advertising and other expenses. So when the reserve price is 10 million, you pay 10 million, you take your goods. Maybe the issues on motor vehicle and motorcycles, because these items need to be registered, so you have to pay registration fees. So after you find you are the winner, you come and make a declaration now for purpose of registration, where we configure a CPC 495 for it to be able to that CPC waives off the taxes, but only maintains registration fees.
Okay, CPC, that's the customs procedure code. Okay, So, in other words, the only additional money that someone should expect to pay if the registration fee is 1,500,000, that is what they expect to pay.
Yes.
The registration fees and maybe the agency fees, if they're working with an agent. Do you require an agent in this process?
Yes, if it is for motor vehicles. For general goods, you don't need an agent.
Great. I think we are progressing very well. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to again remind you that today we are looking at the auction process of abandoned goods or uncleared goods. We have already seen that there are categories of goods that are put up for auction by customs occasionally or regularly. And these are goods that are not cleared out of the bonded warehouses within the required period of time. We have goods that are smuggled into the country, and that is detected or impounded through the enforcement mechanisms in place. And so many other categories, like someone just imports goods and decides that I cannot pay the taxes, so Commissioner, deal with it the way you please. So it's the lapse of time, abandoning and smuggled goods, and many categories. Some goods that are recovered. For example, those that are picked up after the owners fail to meet their tax obligations. In instances where goods are released, for example, provisionally, and the client does not meet their tax obligations, we recover those goods and put them up for auction. And the auctions are in two forms, public auction or private treaty. And with me, I have Mr. Mugumi Ayati, and who is the in charge of the customs warehouse, and Mr. Alexander Nyakahuma, who is supervisor in warehousing customs. And we are still having this discussion going on for the next 1 hour and probably 1.5 hours. Please, if you have any comments, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Zoom. If you have any comments, post it in our chat room, or you can see how to communicate it through, and we have the panelists address them. We're looking at how you can participate in the bidding for goods, and we are now informed that it's purely online, so it has been made easier and more convenient. Mr. Alexander, Mr. Nyakahuma, what does someone do if, for example, I'm a foreigner, I want to participate in the process, I am not a regular taxpayer, I don't really feel like I need a tin, but I want to participate in the process. Can I have a tin maybe for a one-off transaction that is just bidding? Is there any arrangement for such category of people?
Thank you. On the issue of a tin, if you want to participate, the key to participation is a tin number. If you don't have a tin number, you cannot participate. Yeah. So we encourage whoever wants to participate to.
So a tax identification number is a must.
Yes.
Because once you have procured the goods, then they have to be transferred to you.
Yes.
Does that happen with the general goods as well? I know that with the vehicles, they would have to be registered in your name. Do you also transfer the goods, general goods, into the name of the buyer?
No, with general goods, we don't transfer. The payment you have made for the goods is the one which allows you to take them. Because it is even, when you pay, you can go to the system, the online site. Yes.
Is there a separate agreement that you sign with the person taking it?
No, there's no separate agreement.
Okay. Mr. Mugumia, I have participated in the process. I have placed maybe on the third day. I've placed my bid. I am doing very well. I'm probably leading. But within, let's say on the third day, I lose interest. I decide that I'm no longer interested in this. What do I do? Can I drop it? Can I abandon the process that I have started? Can I abandon the bid? Am I admonished for that? Are there penalties? Are there fines that I have to pay for abandoning my bid? You could...
Alfred, first of all, what is special in this auction is that as URA, as customs, we have set up a separate team to give support. We know that taxpayers who are unable to log on to use the system, there are people, they have interest, but they don't know how to use a computer or the website. So we have a separate boardroom where we shall assemble computers to give support to our people. They would come with their TIN and password. We help you how to log in, and a person will help you. This is the open for your website. Asks you, this is the reserve price. How much are you putting on this lot, so that you are able to bid in a process. So this time around, we encourage our viewers to come to us now, so that we can help them out for any issues. Now, can you
maybe to add on that? Yes, we are going to facilitate our clients by doing what my colleague has talked about. It will be here at Nakawa, at the parking yard of the URA Towers, 5th floor, from 16th up to 21st. Thank you.
Okay. I think that is a very good initiative, because not everyone is very comfortable navigating the systems. Of course, it takes time. We have to manage the change. I'm sure in a few years we won't need to do that. So you were still submitting on something?
On the issue of abandoning the process.
Yes, abandoning the process.
We encourage our viewers not to come and sabotage. First of all, if you have the interest to come and join the process, please complete. But when you are unable, of course, you know we are all human beings. We have challenges, we have issues. You have bid, you are putting your bid, but you are unable to proceed to the next level. You can abandon the process.
How do you abandon it? Is there an option in the system for cancellation of the bid?
There is no cancellation for a bid. But maybe if you, in good faith, you may log in and don't put you remove your bid. You can cancel your bid.
Oh, by removing
yes,
it.
Removing
I
it.
had put initially, let's say 1 million.
Yes.
And now I want to drop out.
You
I
can
just cancel that amount.
By updating it. You update by putting what? Putting A0, then you can.
Oh, okay.
Move out.
I think that is very helpful, because there are definitely instances that
where
are genuine.
The system can declare you as a winner when you had lost interest.
That's right. So it keeps us going round and round in cycles. All right. Thank you very much for that guidance. So can someone participate in this process using maybe? Is there an app also that supports these? Is there an application, a phone application that one can download, other than going to electronic single windows at the moment?
At the moment, we don't have an app. You have to log into single window, and you can use any gadget as long as it can access the web. Even a smartphone will work.
Great. So at the moment, I hope we are thinking of going into that as we move forward, because
yes,
it will even make it more convenient and easier to execute. That's the direction, that's the trajectory the world is taking now. So I believe that is something that we'll definitely be excited to work on. So you are still guiding us, Mr. Mugumya, on how someone gets a notification that they have won the bid, and then how they carry on from there. You get an email, SMS. If my email has a problem and I don't get it, is there only one notification, or there are alternative notifications that you get?
Thank you, moderator. On this option, we are using a mail, an email, and your phone number. So after the fall of the hammer, the system will notify you on mail and on your mobile phone that you are the highest bidder on this lot. With a payment slip, you go and make a payment. As our terms and conditions state, that you shall make a payment within 2 days, 48 hours. So our viewers, when you are notified that you are the winner, please make a payment. Because after that, the system, after it is designed in a way that after 48 hours, it will notify the second person. It will cancel you as a winner and select another person, the second highest now, as the winner of the lot.
Okay. Great. So we definitely get the notifications, and that means you cannot complain in any way that you did not know that you were the winner, and so you lost the bid by failing to pay within the 48 hours. I think that is very important. Please ensure that you indicate the correct email addresses. If your team doesn't have a correct email address, please have it amended. We are available to help and guide you on that. So we have a few questions that are already coming through, and I encourage people on call to continue sending them through. We shall shortly embark on them and have all of them addressed by the panelists. So you indicated earlier that one does not need an agent. I see a lot of agents in this. How can we assure the public that they can go through this process without the agents? I know for sure that some people still have that fear when it comes to, engaging in some of these processes. Are we assuring the public that we are available? And because this could be also, we could get more than we can handle, especially in the current circumstances. So how do you advise the public to approach this? Do we have our SOPs in place? Some standards that we are following at the moment?
Yes, we do. Like what we had already talked about. For motor vehicles, you need motor vehicle and motorcycles, you need a clearing agent. For general goods, you don't need a clearing agent. And we encourage our viewers to avoid them at that point of general goods. If you have paid, you just need to come to Nakawa Customs Warehouse and you will be facilitated to get your goods.
Okay. Thank you so much. Is there anything else maybe?
Maybe Alfred, also, as a great auction, even motor vehicles, they can avoid agents until they are winners. Because it is after you are declaring as a winner and you have paid your bid price, and you need the agent to make a declaration to URA. So you can only bring in an agent after you are being notified as you are the winner and you are paid, so that you can capture somebody to help you for the certain purposes.
Okay, so the initial process is very simple.
Very simple.
Someone can do it by themselves.
Yes,
until that point when now they need the expertise of an agent.
Yes, and even now we are here to serve you, our viewers. We have a support team and shall be there for the days of bidding. So any issue, our contacts are there, our team is on the ground here at Nakawa, they're really facilitating.
Okay, great. Now, do we, this issue usually comes up a lot. Are the days, do we have specific dates? Do we have a calendar for auction? When do we expect, for example, now we know that this auction is going to be from 16th to 21st. When do we expect the next one to be? Is there a specific calendar that can be followed? Can we share that if it's available? Is it accessible to the public?
As of now, we don't have one because of the COVID pandemic. Or sometime back, 2019, it had been agreed that every 2 months we should have an auction. But because of the COVID, it disorganized us, and as you can see, this is going to be the second auction in this year. So when the situation normalizes, we hope to go back on our program of auction after 2 months.
So once it normalizes, we hope to go back and have regular auctions after every 2 months.
Yes.
Okay. So I have gone through the process. I have paid. I have failed to pay the amount. What happens now at that point? I have 48 hours. I have not paid that money.
Yes.
What happens?
After 48 hours, it goes to the next highest bidder. And if that next one does not pay also, it goes to the third until we get someone who pays. We intend to go up to the 10th bidder. On this note, I would like to discourage clients who have been bidding in a cartel so that they fail us to sell the goods. That we know you and we are planning to make sure that your plans, please stop doing that. The system is very clear. It gives you a TIN, you have used your TIN number, it gives you a name. We know you. Stop it, because this is a public auction for everybody to participate and buy. If you're not interested in buying but just sabotage the system, your days are numbered.
Okay, I think the people on call have surely understood that we need to have a process that is clear and free from manipulation and external sabotage. So we surely will make sure, I am confident that that does not happen moving forward. And I think it's important that we identify some of those issues and address them directly whenever they occur, because that would be very frustrating to this bidding process. So it goes to the next bidder. Does that presuppose that that everyone whose bid is accepted is above the reserve price?
Yes.
Oh.
The system is made in such a way that if you put a price below the reserve price, it will not allow you. You must be above the reserve price.
Great. All right. Let's suppose that, let's take it that someone has paid that amount. Is there a limitation on when they should show up and pick their goods and remove them from the warehouse, or it's open? You could guide us on that.
Yeah, you are given 3 days to have taken away your goods, and after 3 days, if you don't pick your goods within 14 days, we are mandated by law. If we have another auction, to put them on the next auction. So we encourage our clients, if you have paid for an item, the place here and the place anywhere of customs is not a store for you. You must come and take your item. Some of you have had a habit of keeping these goods here, like vehicles in the yard. Even you start selling to third parties using our yard. So we are discouraging this and we shall not allow it. Stop it. After 3 days, you are supposed to have taken your goods.
Wow, great. I think that is important for the viewers and people on call generally to understand that the auction, once you've bought goods on auction, you do not have that privilege of leaving it with customs for so long. Maybe, Yati, you have something to add to that?
Alfred, our East African Customs Management Act is very clear under Section 42, subsection 3, that when those goods are not taken within 3 days, they are able to pay rent. And even in our regulations, it is very clear, regulation of 208, subsection 8 or 9,
yes.
Which it's specific, it gives 3 days within which a winner should remove these goods from customs warehouse. And if it's not removed, we shall be charging rent. And if you don't appear, we shall assume it has been abandoned and now to revert to customers, and it will be considered in the next auction.
What about the risk? If I buy, do I have a claim to customs?
Is our problem. We shall sort it out, because if it is an item in the bond and it is damaged or after the auction, then the bond keeper will have to give an explanation.
Okay, the bond keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is very important. But for purposes of the customs warehouse, once the 3 days within which you should have removed your goods,
You don't have a claim.
You cannot have a claim. But for the bonded warehouse, you could have a claim with the bond owner or the bond keeper. I think that's important.
Maybe
so the risk is entirely yours.
Actually, also it should be very clear to our viewers that in every bond we have a customs warehouse. We have a warrant of entry cage. At all these, and we also encourage our bond operators that these goods which are on auction should be put under warrant of entry in that space for warrant of entry.
Okay, great. I think we are progressing well. We have some questions already in our chat room, and I think we can embark on a few of them. We have a comment from Enoch Niwagaba Mugisha, who says, please be clear why last year the auction was a bit unfair. Very inconsiderate, and there were no items for auction. Just like many years before, it should have been the worst year in history. Remember, we paid to participate in the auction. I think, let me start with Alex, then you can supplement. Enoch doesn't seem very happy with our performance last year. Please be clear why last year the auction was a bit unfair, very inconsiderate, and there were no items for auction. I don't know how factual that is. Just like many years before, it should have been the worst year in history. Remember, we paid to participate in the process. So maybe you can allay Enoch's fears, and this has really disturbed Enoch.
Yes.
Please.
Yes. Last year we had only one auction, and as we all know, the whole world over, that last year was a bad year for everyone. It was COVID, the lockdown, So there couldn't be an auction because people were not in business, places were locked. You couldn't, it would be very unfair to start auctioning people's item when there was no business going on. So that is the reason why we didn't have many auctions last year. It is not fair to auction people's item when they are locked down. That would be inhuman generally. Yes, so we couldn't auction people's goods, and it was communicated that auction should be postponed until the situation normalizes. That's why now we have organized one. And as the situation normalizes, we shall have more auctions on board.
Brilliant. Anything to add, Mr. Mugumya?
Alfred, as you are aware, we collect taxes, but you also collect with a human heart, a human face. Last year was a year for COVID. And also our laws permits under section 42, still subsection 2, that the commissioner may extend when these goods are moved from the customary house. So under this section, subsection 2, 42, commissioner also was concerned about the economy. He said, okay, I'm extending that. Actually, they are given some period where they can clear their goods. Because as you are also to support our partners, we cannot sell somebody's goods during COVID, where everybody is locked up in their in homes. So it was not fair.
Okay, he seems to raise something that I think we need to also address. He says, remember we paid to participate. Was the window open for participation last year during that time?
No, there was no window opened for auction.
Okay.
Auction was on hold until this year in March. We only had auction in March this year.
Okay.
Because the window is opened and it is configured in a SCUDA system for auction. So last year there was nothing like that. After the first auction we had in January or February. So there was no configuration of the system for auction, unless someone who betrayed the viewer and took his money, that there was an auction. But as far as we are concerned, there was no auction, and the client couldn't have paid in the system because the system was not configured.
Wow.
Maybe Alfred, yes. I want also to warn our viewers that they should be warned that there are people there who are confusing them. They will tell you are selling items, but they said we're not selling. Somebody takes a client in a bond. They inspect goods, they view the goods, or
for a break, and when we come back, we'll take it up from that point exactly.
The
Taxpayers Appreciation Season is here. We recognize, celebrate, and award Uganda's top taxpayers. Be part of the online Bombaya Business Summits and stand the chance to win smartphones, gift sets, hampers, and loads more. Visit our social media pages to find out more.
We appreciate you for paying your taxes. We're proud to be Ugandan. We celebrate you. Oh, we celebrate you. Taxpayers of Uganda. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Uganda together.
Uganda Revenue Authority. Developing Uganda together.
The third edition of the Bombay Business Summit is here, starting at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. every Friday from the 15th of October to the 12th of November. Join us via Zoom, Facebook, and YouTube as we discuss topics like surviving and thriving through the pandemic, investing in real estate, trade and investment opportunities in Uganda, alternative dispute resolution, business formalization, and inclusive resource mobilization for Uganda's economic independence. Don't miss out.
Uganda Revenue Authority. Developing Uganda together.
That's my little angel Rose. Together with millions of other children, my daughter Rose is assured of learning something new every day. Moses, my husband, just like many other commercial farmers, has his business supported so he can provide for us. When my other little one was on the way, even with my pregnancy complications, it was a quick, smooth ride to Mulago Specialized Women and Neonatal Hospital. Also, my new baby was able to make it through his first days with the help of specialized equipment thanks to the reliable electricity which has also been extended throughout the country. All this and more has been made possible because of you.
Join us and together let's do more for our country. Get your free tin at www.ura.go.ug.
Thank you for paying your taxes.
Uganda Revenue Authority. Developing Uganda together.
Wait, Abu. Tunamaliriza. And what are you doing throwing papers all over the place?
I'm looking for an invoice for a sound system and cables that I received yesterday, but I can't find it.
You know there is a way of keeping all this in one place and available to you as and when you need it.
I really wish there was one, because the way these invoices grow legs and disappear.
I believe this is what you're looking for.
Now how did it get there?
Tabo! Do you know that with EFRIS, you can stay on track of all your business transactions and
how so?
Kati tuli ku computer with EFRIS. I just search using the fiscal document number and I retrieve the records I'm looking for. Bookkeeping becomes simple after that.
Kapo, awesome, yeah.
I began using URS Kakasa Solutions and now I'm in charge of my business. And you can as well.
Kakasa, be sure you are in charge of your business.
Uganda Revenue Authority. Developing Uganda together.
Kapo, you seem to be in a hurry. Where are you going to?
I'm gonna pay URA a visit.
Why would anyone visit URA? Of all places?
To know more about the Kakasa Business Solutions, namely digital tracking solution, the voluntary disclosure program and electronic fiscal receipting and invoicing solution, which have turned my business around. You know I need to be on top of my game to protect my empire. If you know, you know.
I too need to know what Kapo knows.
Kakasa, be sure you are in charge of your business. Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and all our viewers on call. Today we've been discussing auction of uncleared goods by customs. And we've had a very powerful discussion, very insightful discussion here with my panelists, Mr. Alex Nyakahuma, Alexander, and Mr. Mugumia Ayati. And we have a question before we broke off. There was a question that came through from Mayega. It says, is there anywhere on the URA website where one can click and navigate through the auctioning process? Maybe I'll start with you, Mr. Mugumia.
Maybe before
sure.
we had an issue which we had not completed.
Oh, yes.
For the break. Yeah, the issue of conmen. Please.
You know, there could be people who are not very familiar with this. What are they? What is the lot? Are those the goods? What are those?
Yeah, the lot is, these are the goods we auction. So each item is given a number, which is a lot number.
Oh, great. Thank you. Yes, is there anything you want to add on that?
Maybe.
Or you're going to respond to the question that that Mr. Mayega has raised?
A lot is it can be like it is a unique identifier that identifies that these items are on sale with that number. Can be like lot 6, which means it is given a lot to identify from other goods that it is on auction, public auction.
Brilliant. So, is there anywhere on the URA website where one can go and click and navigate through the auctioning process?
On the website, on the web portal, it is not there. It is specifically on a single window. And actually, on 4th last month, the Commissioner notified the public in a gazette, a newspaper, through Monitor, a newspaper. It was on 4th. So the details are there. Even the terms and conditions are there. The website is there. Dealing with the bidding process, the viewing process, everything is what is there.
So the link is in
already
that advert.
In that advert.
Okay, but you can share that link as we wind up.
We shall share the link as we wind up.
You can read it out for our.
I wanted us to put it at the end of the show so that it is displayed.
Oh, we can just display.
Yes.
Oh, great! I think we shall do that.
Single window.
Website.
Okay, so thank you very much. Those are the questions and comments we had. If you can probably have any as we conclude, I'll start with Mr. Nyakahuma. Any final remarks to the viewers and people on call?
Thank you, moderator. It has been a nice day that we have talked to our clients, and I would like to encourage them to participate and pray to people who bid and win and pay the goods to take their goods in time. We don't want to auction these things in the next auction because it has happened. We have done it. The URA stores, customs warehouse is not a store for you. If you have paid your item, take it. Thank you very much for listening to us.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Nyakahuma. Mr. Mugumya, any parting comments? What are some of the you can highlight a few of the challenges, if any, as well?
First of all, I want to appeal to the bond operators. After the auction, they are supposed to claim damage on the auction goods. And actually, when you look at section 42, subsection 4, it gives us that after you have received that auction money, the apportionment. But first of all, we look at dues, we look at expenses of removal and sales, advertisements, then also rent and other charges. So this is now, after that price we have been received by URA, we also apportion it to these bond operators. So we are encouraging them. If people want to view these items, please allow them in your bonds and view these items. Because there's some money will tell you we don't have any goods under auction. The other issue is about some clients write to the commissioner. We call it a sell-on application. But I have seen this item in this bond. So please allow me to have it. It's sell-on application. We are discouraging that. Because URA will put up a plan. We shall be telling you, we shall be setting in the next 2 months. We shall have a calendar for that. The other issue would be, we are encouraging our viewers to always bid. The process is as open space. Everything is clear. After winning a bid, you come and take your goods. I thank you so much for listening to us.
All right, thank you so much, our viewers. It has been a very pleasant session, and I hope we have learned something about the goods that we put up for auctions, why we auction them, the platform that we use for auctioning, and the do's and don'ts. The terms and conditions have been clearly highlighted. We encourage you to participate in the next auction that is going to be from the 16th to 21st of November, and be sure that it will be a very transparent process. We thank you, and also continue to remind you that today is the 9th. Please file your returns by 15th so that you're not caught outside the time frame that is provided. We thank you. Have a wonderful day, and continue paying your taxes. Thank you.
small one can become the big one. It's the same here. And here too. Watch every move. Record every number so you can plan better. No matter the size of your dream, tomorrow's success belongs to those who keep today's records clean. File your returns today.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
The Taxpayers Appreciation Season is here. We recognize, celebrate, and award Uganda's top taxpayers. Be part of the online Bombaya Business Summits and stand a chance to win smartphones, gift sets, hampers, and loads more. Visit our social media pages to find out more.
We appreciate you for paying your taxes. We're proud to be Ugandan. We celebrate you. Oh, we celebrate you. Taxpayers of Uganda. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Uganda together.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.